Hello. I wonder if anybody sees these first 3 or 4 minutes where the space is quiet. You never know what we might have in store for the day. And I suppose it's on YouTube only, in the archive. If you're ever watching this on YouTube, please tell me. You will be the first person to watch this on YouTube and see the first minute of a live stream. And I want you to send me your address and I'll send you a flame of purpose. So many fun things going on. How do we do it all? I'm just getting sort of set here. Yes, report the problem. We had some problems with the stream earlier, so forgive me if it cuts out. Great, let's get this going. So that's fine. This is a mess.
So
if you're here, let me know in the chat. I'm going to record a podcast soon, and probably 2 or 3 podcasts if I can manage it. So just please let me know when you're here as I get ready. Avastars. Nice. Wow. So cool. Wow, ETH is holding up great, isn't it? Wow. Is it gonna fall off? I don't know. Looks pretty healthy right now. It could do well to come back to 2,900. Yeah. It did for a moment, but that was a couple days ago. I think it needs to come back again. I need these tabs. I don't need this one or this one. I need this one. Oh, and we have some announcements. I want to live in America. Anybody here yet? Hey, folks. Hey, Kevin. I'm just getting set. Gonna do a daily download. Here's the brief is Hangout Hawks were announced, and Perceptive Puma and Sweet Swan got like a big hint, came up in biz dev meetings yesterday. Also, Accountable Ant is going to be a monster. He's just got all of Gary's backing right now on that character. I want to share with you guys this. This is going to be like the end of the stream if we get to it. This is Trello. I don't know if anybody's seen or used Trello. This is one that I've been building out for the Wannabe Sorcerers video game I've been talking about. But I'm going to be making this one public. And I want to find a better title than Be Friends Brewing, but basically this is for me to track everything and have it accessible, because so like Accountable Ant got one today, a big hint, and it was more than a hint. So like brewing is definitely Accountable Ant, but so is Observant Oyster. And so is Unwavering Urchin. And I was thinking, like expected announcements, right? Hangout Hawk. So I want to I just want to be able to point to this as like, if you don't know, like one of these lists could be giveaways, go giveaway. Just wanting to provide more value. Like if instead of having to watch a video or listen to a podcast, if you want, being able to track for yourself so you know what's interesting and what's not in what's coming to Be Friends. And I wonder what the Polygon hack and Ethereum hack and heist will do to the space. I am Chris. I didn't hear about this in the slightest. Let me call up a browser. If you'd like to come up and talk about it, let me know and I'll send you the invite link. Otherwise, I'm just going to share my browser instead. Did you say Polygon heist? Biggest heist in DeFi. Wow. I wonder. Biggest heist in DeFi, how a hacker stole, or you're seeing this, right? Let me make this bigger for you. How a hacker stole 600 million from Polynet. Yep, the official handle for over 600 million in assets across 3 blockchains. According to the website, Poly Network is a protocol built to operate across multiple blockchains to perform transactions with DeFi, lending and browsing, stablecoin-based services. The platform has been integrated with Bitcoin, Ethereum, BSC, what is BSC? Or Binance Smart Chain, Ontology, Elrond, Ziliqua. Okay. Although the hacker successfully managed to move the funds, some entities, such as Tether, responded to Poly Network's called and blacklisted part of the assets. The attacker attempted to launder the loot using Curve and other DeFi protocols, but some of the transactions failed because the blacklisted USDT was used in the transactions. Oh, okay. A community member with the name Hanashiro.eth warned the hacker about using USDT via a message on a transaction and received $42,000 or 13 Ethereum from an address linked to the Poly Network exploiter, as seen below. Many others tried to aid the hacker in an attempt to receive a reward and started referring to the hacker as Etherhood. Okay. Well, I mean, this is what needs to happen in order for the security to actually become impenetrable. Like, everything is impenetrable until it's not. I don't know what this will do in the short term. It's certainly fodder for FUD. But I don't think that this breaks any trust in the core and the longevity of it, because they've just updated the chain, right? So with nodes, they're supposed to be able to add more security, is my understanding. But this like heaviest level of like security and hacking, this is not something I can really give much insight to. So a large portion was converted except for the central stable coins. The amount of money you hacked is the biggest one in DeFi history. Law enforcement in any country will regard this as a major economic crime and you will be pursued. It is very unwise for you to do any further transactions. The money you stole are from tens of thousands of community members, hence the people. It would have been a billion hack if I had moved remaining shitcoins. Did I just save the project? Not so interested in money, now considering returning some tokens or just leaving them here. Who said this? Oh, it was possible to track down the attacker via a message input in a transaction. Wow. Oh, and this was the dump that happened when the news broke? I mean, that's a good little dump. It's nothing. Wow, thanks for bringing that up. I had not a clue of that event. 611 million ETH stolen and 87 million Binance. So it was to blacklist coins and remove them, lowering the cap. Well, yeah, people this is just really out of my depth. Like, I can understand VFriends. I don't understand fundamentally how the blockchain exists. I can talk about it in a pretty understanding way, But when you get to the actual fundamentals of like, there's no personal entity that manages the blockchain, right? It's sort of like it's sort of like the internet, where once it started, it can't really be stopped. It expands onto new nodes and new mining computers, and it gets more dense, right? I don't know. My understanding is that it's a network. So on some fundamental level, it comes back to a powerful piece of computing hardware that has been running and will continue to run these complex algorithmic equations for ever until it's changed into proof of stake. Yeah. Right. The open-ended coding is transparent. Yeah. It would be great to have somebody on the show who's more of an expert in the politics of the blockchain. Like, I remember watching a documentary about Satoshi and how after he was gone, there was a fierce debate that kind of split the early Bitcoin community based around making the block size for Bitcoin larger, that the megabyte size limit that was put by Satoshi into the Bitcoin contract is 1 megabyte. And so that allows a small number of transactions. I think it's like 7 transactions in a single block. And the people who were managing Bitcoin after Satoshi was gone were trying to add a larger block to the contract so that more transactions could be done. And you can see how that there caused a divide, that there was more, there was intention put into the small block size based on the utility that what it was designed for, versus being a payment system and being able to fit more and more transactions into the same time in each block. I think I went there to say that I would like to chat with somebody who's an expert in that history of the blockchain, and the ICO boom of 2017, and like just how fundamentally blockchains are created. Like, if you wanted to create a new blockchain like Flow, I suppose on a hardware sense, fundamentally there are going to be computers, right? You have to have physical computers somewhere who are managing the blockchain. But how is that actually done? Like, how is a blockchain programmed? How is a blockchain built? From hardware to software. It'd be great to understand that more just as we go forward. Am I great at getting off track, or what? Okay, slow down a bit. We got announcements. So they just announced the Hangout hot dates, but I'm pretty certain this doesn't qualify as one of the 2 pending collaboration announcements. I think Avastars is one of them. VCon is another one, and the other 2 are collaborations that are not in this scale. This is just an announcement, and it's right here. So we need this. Oh gosh. Stay here. You need Anchor. And we can bring up the Gary Vee mentions. Right here. And lastly, I'll bring up my wallet. Okay, how's everybody doing? We doing all right? 9 folks in the house. Happy to have you. I can only stream until 9 tonight. That's in 45 minutes. So I'm going to try to be snappy, but not rush. And this whole time I thought I was sharing my screen with you, but I pulled it down. So let's get this out of the way first. Good morning, good evening, good night, and welcome back to Jeremy Knows. On this podcast episode, we have the sultry, soothing voice as we dive into the transaction history of Wanna Be a V-Friend on OpenSea. This should be interesting. This is going to be episode 1, checking in on the Flip Challenge. If you've caught some of the previous lives, you'll know that I didn't stick to the 33% fund that I gave myself from the Flame of Purpose, Wanna Be a Sorcerer's NFT ETH revenue. So we got about 1 Ethereum. Well, we actually, basically, sales have slowed down to a complete halt right at 1 Ethereum. So congratulations and thank you to everybody. That's a huge achievement on its own. But I also transferred 1.33 Ethereum into my wallet at the same time I took the first cash out, and like from ETH on Polygon into ETH on ETH. And I started spending. And my story, I think, is, well, I want to say it's iconic because it's just such a product of this moment. You're listening to this on the podcast, so you can't see as I'm scrolling through my wallet on OpenSea, but I can just tell you, and it's very interesting that I'm telling you this on Tuesday, August 10th, the day after it was revealed that the developers behind Fame Ladies are not in fact women, but are 3 Russian men who are dropping new projects every day and defrauding many hundreds of people in the space. So I can tell you that with the income, my flip challenge, thinking I had 0.33 from the 1 ETH revenue, my first 2 purchases were a Fame Lady 1016, and I bought her because Gary had bought into the project. I knew a lot of people who had. I didn't have ETH at the time, and I liked the art, so I had that in my mind, but I wanted it to be something that my fiance could like. And we picked out this hair together, and like we already built too much sentimentality into this token before I bought it. More on the emotional landscape later. But this lady in particular has a black background, and I spoke with someone in the community, Data Lady, and they helped me, and they were like, this is a good deal. They hadn't seen rare tokens like this low. Fame Ladies was into a dip at that point. So I spent 0.25 on this Fame Lady, thinking it had long-term value and would maybe flip in a month or more. And then I spent the rest, 0.052, on the World of Women project. And if you've been following the space in August of 2021, if you flip the values of those 2 investments, the outcome today is very different, with 0.25 into the Fame Lady and 0.05 into the World of Women. The Fame Lady has gone to 0, and the woman 8741 has had offers above 1 ETH. Yesterday and the day before it had 1.15 open offers. It's gone down significantly, which is notable. Now, yesterday I had a 0.8, and now it's actually gone down to 0.34. I've seen the floor on this project dip a bit, but that feels to me more like a macro sense that the people who are running these bots have been spending a lot recently and sweeping the floors as they go. So obviously from there I didn't stop buying, and I went ahead and I got a fair amount of data, tracked my costs. I'm going to talk through the 11 community projects that I supported, the Wolfgang that I bought into, and also the Metaverse HQ key, which is cool. Like, I have to be very delicate about what I share with you about it because it is a access token to a private Discord, where there's a lot of curated information about drops and people talking about different projects. And so I ended up buying that, presumably with the 1.3 ETH I transferred in for 0.36, 0.34, 0.36. And the last one sold for 0.62. So actually, if I wanted to flip that, that's a good double almost. Some of them have sold for 0.7. And there's a lot of value in there. So like I said, it's against the rules to share the private information that's in there, but there are some things that are public knowledge that I think are okay, like accessing a contract address directly instead of going through the front end on whatever project website you're interacting with. I'll explain that on its own time. And that's it. We've got like 10 tokens from the community, 3 for trying to flip, and emotional attachment to the ones that actually do. So this is episode 1 of my flip challenge, starting with what I got and flipping up to a CryptoPunk. We'll see how far we get and where we land along the way. This show doesn't have a title yet. You're welcome to nominate one. My name is Jeremy. I'm the Heart Tripper number 7, and let's fucking go. Cool. That was good. Good enough. 7 folks, hello. Thank you for hanging with me. We're going to do the news now. Let me name this so I don't forget. Flip challenge intro. All right. What's that? It's a bird. Oh, it's a plane. It's a hangout hawk. We have an announcement about the hangout hawks today. We also have 2 new hints from Gary V. The Avastars are minted by V friends, and we haven't even started. Welcome back to the Daily Download. I'm Jeremy, the Heart Tripper number 7, and this is Jeremy Knows. The time has come. We were told that the Hangouts would know their first meeting by September, and VFriends is delivering early by telling us on August 10th that the schedule has been confirmed. There are 5 Hangout Hawk sessions throughout the course of the year. They're all at 12 noon time, and the first one will be at 12 noon, November 10th. If you're a Hangout Hawk, November 10th is your day. November 10th, December 16th, January 11th, March 9th, and April 20th, all at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And something that's very notable to me about this is that they've all been compressed into Q1, Q4, and Q1. And we've got March, then we've got April, and what comes after that? May 19th to 22nd, likely V conference. So I think that's very notable. I think it's very exciting. And if you are a Hangout Hawk, rejoice, your utility awaits. The biggest news of the day was the Avastars minting. I hope if you're listening to this that you were there, you were ready. I know, as in all the gas wars, there are a lot of horror stories. I started getting a lot of messages. People who had their gas showing at 8,000 for some reason needed to do Command-Shift-R to refresh the cache on their browser and not be presented with an absurd amount of gas. But already gas was a little bit high. I went for the claiming as soon as I could within 2 seconds and did 120 gwei, paid about $51, and was able to get an Avastar relatively early. So the 1,700 and change, they actually gave out like 1,737 or something. I can call it up here really quick, because if you go to Vstars on OpenSea, you'll actually see the account that created all of these Avastars, which is a unique feature when you think about the long term of Avastars. So really big congratulations. There's 1,727 of them. And it'll be easy to track these, the ones that went to VFriends holders, because they're all native to this wallet. If you mint an Avastar, it says it's created by you, but these were created by VStars. Some legendary were given out, many epics. Congratulations if you got one. I'm sorry for people with the failed transactions. There is a guidance in the claim guide, and I'm sorry I didn't include this in the previous podcast. I wanted to, but to take a screenshot with the time. So I know some people did that, and I can't make any promises for Avastars, but they did ask if you had a failed transaction and you know you had a VFriend in your wallet at that time, you should have been able to interact with the contract, that to take a screenshot of the failure, including the time, and send it to them. So again, sorry I didn't get that information out to you earlier today. Just made the mistake, but hopefully you got an Avastar, and there's no reason to feel bad about it. This is just the first of many. PLP is coming, and it's not going to involve a first come first serve gas process. They're going to be airdropped. At least that was my understanding. Anything could change, but my understanding was they would be given, well, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe no. It cannot be this first come first serve, because it's up to chance. The wallets are selected. I suppose there is a world in which the 555 holders per PLP project can be selected and then asked to do a private minting of whatever that launch is. But I think it's more likely that we'll be receiving airdrops. Time will tell on that. Nonetheless, this is one of the 3 big announcement collaborations that we're expecting in the month of August. So I don't think that the website upgrade or the Hangout Hawk dates coming out today count against this count of 4 announcements. Gary may surprise us with more, but what I'm expecting is a VCon announcement and then 3 collaborations, Avastars being one of them. What will the other 2 be? We don't know. That was a hard stop on that thought, but I think it's okay. So what Hangout Hawk is going to give us the lowdown afterwards? That's a good question. I feel like there's going to be a lot of content that comes out of there, or maybe he'll make it entirely private for demand exclusivity. But I think there's going to be a lot of content, and I know a couple Hawks that plan to share their experience. Yeah, sorry. Not everybody could get it, but that's okay. Is there anything else besides the couple of hints? Other things coming from Gary's world are 2 hints. We've been putting a lot of value when Gary comes into the Discord to say hint, and it seems to be that when Gary specifically uses the word hint alone and drops a link, it's because that character is being discussed in biz dev meetings. I can say this now based on his comments today, where he wanted to tell us that he had good, exciting meetings. It was a very simple statement. I won't quote it for you. Just, I had good meetings. I wanted to keep you updated. And then hint, sweet swan, and hint, perceptive puma. And this tells me that these characters are being talked about in those meetings. So this goes for a lot of other characters. Because the list has gotten to be so long, there's 268 characters. I think we've gotten hints about 20 or more. Then others are brewing, and then there's power levels. I've decided to create a Trello board. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. So a Trello board has now been started. I just have to figure out the best way, whether it's a link in the bio or on the website, where you can see a running list of what these are. And this will help all of us track what's coming next, what might be around the corner. I'm not sure how much need there will be for this, but in terms of trading and investing, being ahead of the herd is always better than following behind it. So, this page is doing its very best to keep you ahead of what's happening in VFriends. I think we've succeeded in that in some ways. So that's what you can expect. Other than that, it's a relatively quiet day. Oh wait, no. Gary gave out $600 checks to 1,700 holders. You literally could take your Avastar and cash it out for 0.2 ETH today, and it's amazing that Gary and Jimmy found a way to provide liquidity while also encouraging most people to hold because they know there's a lot of long-term DNA in that project. Avastars, it was the it was in the last segment. I just came back to it accidentally because it was the biggest news. Quiet day with a huge drop. And now we'll tell about something else that's not related to VFriends, but related to me and want to be a VFriend. I really stumbled there at the end. Oh, nice. Great. We all get... Jacob says that Hawks can post their videos, which is great. It's 8:30. Okay, keep a moving. Let me see what Corso. So I want to share with you all something. I have to call it up on Twitter. It's right here. This is Corso for Discord Manager. Especially if this is your first stream today, it'd be so great. And let me. I just clicked the link. Let me copy it. It'd be so great if you went and favorited this NFT. So this is a one-of-one NFT that Jacob created just to show how much the community is behind Nick Corso becoming the Discord manager. I gave a whole speech about this earlier, so I'll just be brief and say that I don't know anybody who's more qualified and well-suited in this time to become the Discord manager. And this is a fun way because the community has no influence on the decision of who they hire. You know, they need somebody who knows how to execute these bots and build the Discord and grow it and much, much more, I'm sure. So because we don't have a voice in this process, this is a way that we can give a little bit of a cosign to Corso in doing this. So if you agree that Corso would make a good Discord manager, please go to OpenSea. The link is right here, and give it a favorite. It's a free way to support a great man. I guess I should put this in the podcast, right? Oh, but I said I was going to talk about me. Okay, before we get to the profile updates, I want to tell you about something else. This is a community initiative. It's completely free. And if you believe what I'm about to say next, then I highly recommend you jump on OpenSea and do this. And that is, with VFriends looking for a new Discord manager, there's no one that I can think of that is better suited with the right skills and the love of this community to take over that job than Nick Corso. And this is not politics. The community has no influence on who VFriends decides to hire, but I endorse Nick Corso for Discord manager. And I think he is capable and intelligent and caring and has just shown a great consistent presence in the project from its inception in the way of the Discord. I think he's the obvious choice. So if you agree with what I've just said, there's a NFT on OpenSea that was created by Jacob Brown. It's going to be sent to Zane, I believe. We'll see who he sends it to. It's a one-of-one, because otherwise, it could go to Gary. And we want to get as many favorites on this NFT as possible. So I'm going to put a link in my Instagram bio. Also, if you go to my profile on OpenSea, you'll be able to find it in my favorites. If you were searching for it, you would have to search Corso for Discord Manager, and it should come up. Otherwise, find the link to it in the favorites in my account, OpenSea.io. Oh, is it /collection /wanna be a VFriend? I'll put it in the Instagram bio. Try to find this link if you want. It's a way for us to just like add a cosign and even just thank Corso for all of the work that he's done over these last 3 months. As I said, it's free. It won't bother you in your favorites folder. Go ahead and follow the link in the bio. Nice. We just got another favorite on the NFT. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay. Last but not least, I want to ask you to share your story. Is that how I'm going to start this session? I feel a sense of importance on this because it's tied to a project I've been working on for so long, but it doesn't need to be overly serious. Let's not take that tone. I've had a few silly ideas while I've been running this profile, and some of them are farther along than others. One that you might have been tracking is the Wannabe Sorcerers video game that's coming to Instagram, and it's still coming. It may come as early as tomorrow. But one thing I wanted to do in July before dropping this content was to amplify the stories of other people who are applying for the sorcerership, the scholarship. And I've realized that there's not enough room on the Instagram profile, want to be a V-friend, with what is coming out in the news and what I'm trying to do there with the video game. So I've made a separate account, Wannabe Sorcerers. And this is where we're going to curate as many stories as we can. Like I'd really like to get to the hundreds of stories. We'll see what can happen. We'll start with one, and the idea is to create content in factors of 3. So I'd ask everybody to do at least 3. If you have an idea for 6, then we can do 6. But contribute 3 pieces of content, whether it's like screenshots of your essay or an audio of you talking about it or a video. I thought maybe a structure of something about your essay, something about who you are, and something about what you're looking forward to in the future might help some folks, but it's really open-ended. And I just want to stack as many, in a gallery way, as many of these stories as possible, with the ideal outcome being that between the Wannabe V-Friend profile and the Wannabe Sorcerers profile, that the people looking at the essays actually find your content or come across it because I'm tagging Gary V and I'm tagging V-Friends and I'm tagging Nema Vaughn and Craniac and D-Rock and Dustin and anybody I can to get it in, like find the council of people that are reading these essays and start bringing this content in front of them, that they give your essay a second look. Like I understand that's a bit astronomical, but at the very least, it becomes a wonderful gallery archive of people who felt ambition in May and June and July. Like this is my selfish intention in this is I want to know the people who believed in themselves enough to write this essay. I want to know where they are. I want to know where they're going. I've even considered, and even just now that I'm finding myself saying this, I feel like I'm definitely going to do this. I've been considering minting the torch that I sold as the Flame of Purpose NFT with the background and border that I gave to the one of one in Gary's wallet, and mint 5 of them and provide some kind of value with a gift of this Sorcerer's Torch, and just choose my own 5 sorcerers, people in the community that I feel have really gone above and beyond with kindness, with their own hustle, with making space for others, all of that. And yeah, and I'd like to do that. And I suppose I'll tie it into the Wannabe Sorcerers, like I'll make sure that those people are in the profile, I guess in some way, like your content is your submission to try to win this NFT, but it's like not about that. The NFT is the NFT is just an idea that's been swirling in my mind. I want to highlight the wannabe sorcerers. I want to meet these people, and I'd love to see a coalition come, or multiple collaborations come out of other sorcerers getting to know each other. So that's kind of a grand vision. The video game, I'm really going to push Alex to post it tonight. The thing is, when we post this start to the game, it puts a real fire under our ass, because we are not as ahead with the content as we intended to be by delaying it and rewriting the story and coming up with other ideas. So yeah, I think we have like 18 panels ready to post, but you'd be surprised how quickly 18 panels goes when you're thinking in threes. Anyway, that's coming to Instagram. I'm all over Twitter. I'm trying to be more active there. We're doing a Twitter Spaces every day, and the website is getting an upgrade. If you go to the website now, wannabeavfriend.com, there's a work in progress landing page that hopefully will be changing in the next day or two. So a lot of exciting things happening. Thank you for getting your VFriends news here. My name is Jeremy. I'm the Heart Trooper number 7. This was a daily download on Jeremy Knows. Cool. So this was the daily download intro. Wait, 5 minutes long. Oh, no. This is the flip challenge. And that other one's a note. This is the intro 810. This is 810 part 1. 810 part 2. 810 part 3 Corso. No, this one's Corso, isn't it? Cool. Wow. Oh, what's going on with StreamYard? Well, that was unfortunate. Okay, your comments are here. Excuse me. Do you know how many people submitted essays? I don't know, Eddie. My estimation is in like the 30,000 range, but it could be way more. Yep. Yeah, I mean, that is my selfish intention. Like I've been saying from the start that one of the big wins of this profile before anything else was I'm meeting people who are interested in this scholarship. I'm meeting ambitious people who are into their thing, who want to work hard, who care about what they're doing. So yeah, it'd be a great way. It's like whether or not you applied as a sorcerer, it could just be like a nice little business card on a random Instagram profile. But yeah, for sorcerer applicants, it could be really cool. And yeah, I'd like to get as many stories there as possible. I don't think I communicated this in the podcast, but Alex and I will create a cover photo for you so that, like, regardless of what your content looks like, we'll order it and put covers so that it's one completed image, and it like highlights you and what you do and like the VFriend you have or don't have or want, you know. That's my concept. Right. So the last thing I was going to do, you know, it's funny. I don't know if I can remove this agreed and favorited comment because, okay, great. There it is. Let me share Trello. Trello. We need a better image for this. So I don't know. I don't know how interesting this is for folks. But I thought maybe Like, let's get this image. Oh, is that a video? Yes, that's a video. Is this an image? Yes. Sure. Let's go back to Trello. How do I change the background image? Nope. How do I change? Nope. Change background. Alex says, ask the community to help you get a Hangout Hawk by purchasing the Sorcerer J so you can keep updating the community with value news from the source. That would be awesome. If you haven't heard, it's like my huge dream. Oh, can I upload photos? You're not going to let me upload photos? It's a bummer. Okay, well then I guess we'll go. That's kind of an ugly purple. Ugh. These options are terrible. No. Sure. That's a little better. If you haven't heard, my new dream is to get a Hangout Hawk before November 10th, and it's possible, but it's a real stretch. So that's very nice of Alex. Hey, Seuss, I didn't design the art for my NFTs. I was the concept on those. I used an Illustrator. I assume you're talking about the wannabe sorcerer NFTs, and I used an Illustrator and a photo editor for the background. And for the achievement unlocked, I worked with a 3D graphic designer on Fiverr. His name's Blind Frog. He's a great guy. I do have to say though, like now with the achievement unlocked, having the 1000 on the side, it feels a little dated, but I figured out a way to make it, I think at least, I have to make this decision because now I'm holding up the project. I found a way to make this first token disproportionately valuable against the succeeding drops by basically making it the access token to the collection. So my mind, in terms of achievement unlocked, my mind is already moving on other NFTs that we've unlocked in terms of achievements. Like me becoming a Discord mod is something I would like to make an NFT for. And Gary V following the page is a huge achievement unlocked. Those are the only two that I really think of right now. But I think other things are coming, you know, like 1500 was a relatively big milestone. And not all things, but some things are very metric based. So for example, in the smart contract, we're going to build into 55555. When we hit 5,555 followers on Instagram, that will trigger a mint on the contract of however many tokens. Let's say it's 5,555, and one of them for each unique wallet address holding a lock will receive that token automatically throughout the mint. Now, I'm promising things that the contract developer and I talked about, but I haven't seen in action. But I'm working with a different contract dev now, and it seems that this is very possible and that we can make it such that the metric that triggers the mint is variable, that we can go in and change it after the contract is deployed. So that feels like a great way. On top of adding just utility in the tokens within this, our wannabe a VFriend community that I'll reveal with the tokens, like, I think that's the way to make it a worthy buy, because the campaign around the launch is going to be entirely focused on unlocking different achievements. So in the way that many roadmaps are like 25% will do this and 50% will do this and 75%, etc. We're going to do that as well with the amount of volume traded in ETH. Now, I have no idea if this project will sell out, and I expect that it won't, because the project we currently have didn't sell out. Not that I was really shilling it a whole lot, but at the same time, I talked about it most days. So I think the people who wanted it got it, and that's great. With this one, there's going to be significantly less of the rarer locks. There's going to be 1,500 total, but only 120 of each spectacular and less of the very rare. So I know there will be a handful of people who are collectors, and then maybe this project there'll be more in the launch. Like, I'm planning to launch this with a PLP proposal. So that's significant, right? And that's gonna drag it out some. But basically the idea being that, like, as volume ETH is traded, things are unlocked. Like, the first 5 Ethereum is going to go toward paying for my wedding with Haley. And that's something for me. So I want the next 6, right, to be for the community. And then 2 can go to the channel, and we can put that back into the channel. And then 4 to the community somehow. And that's where I feel I need some help figuring out what's valuable. Because early on I thought, well, I can do something like the Knowing Gnome raffle, and I can buy a core token and do another raffle series like Eric did, and have spotlight artists and do giveaways and just like basically break even on buying a VFriend with the money, like, take the money, buy a VFriend and flip it into giveaways for the community. Like, that could be cool. But I don't know that that's the best use of capital if you were to provide it. So I've been having that conversation a lot. But at a certain level, it could be like bid on a Hangout Hawk. If we hit 30 Ethereum traded, then maybe 10 of it can go toward a Hangout Hawk. And how can I provide the other 10 or 20, whatever it is at that point? Like, I would sell a VFriend for a Hangout Hawk if it were that simple. So yeah, I feel that giving it that like Pokemon Gym badge number 1, unlockable, like holding this in your wallet means airdrops like Gary has promised with PLP, that people will go out of their way more to purchase it. And I have to recognize that a big element in the sales of Flame of Purpose was the Polygon network, because those Polygon is cheap, but it's not simple because you're paying gas on both ends, and it's much slower than if you needed to unwrap WETH. Is it WETH or WETH? I don't even know. Wrapped ETH. Nice. Eddie dropped me the link to the how to change your background board. That's amazing. I'll have to check that out and see. Let me open it up, because I feel like you have to be able to upload your own photo. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. It might be a paid feature though. Custom backgrounds. Click the plus. But I didn't see a plus. Did I? Did I see a plus? I see no plus. Yeah. And it's not this. Start with a template. Get started faster with a board template. Maybe later. Okay. That was a long rant about Achievement Unlocked. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a paid feature. That makes sense. I only have 5 to 7 more minutes, and I have 2 questions. Is this volume of speech too loud? Do you turn down the microphone? Because I was listening to something the other day, And I was like, whoa, back off the mic. Like, this is a little much. Because the thing is, I get excited, but like I can bring it back down here and still be just as articulate. I just try to keep it exciting because I have that show mentality. But sometimes, like right now, I'm shifting into a more contemplative spot. Like this, I know this is hard to see, but like, and I can't zoom on it. That's not readable at all for you? Anyway, my thought is just like, what's useful? Like +1 = 2 was a giveaway. The Astro and Alien number 2 giveaway. And so I can come in here and write a chance for you to write the next chapter of their adventure. The chosen winner gets a go. I can say, like, go to Instagram to read chapter 1 and submit your entry. Submission. And I can go to Instagram and get the link to this post. And do that. Oops. Right? So like, I feel like that's helpful. I could be wrong. I think it is. In fact, I know it is. It's just like, what do we do? So like expected announcements, VCon. Collab number 1. Collab number 2. Collab number 3. And we'll say Avastars. So like just to keep things available, I suppose. Yeah, there is a phone app. So I don't know what it looks like on the phone. What's this? Oh, you know what? Something else. Does anybody in the stream right now not have a VFriend? I don't know who's here. I see Eddie and Jesus chatting. Jesus, I know you don't have a VFriend. So like, I have to make an announcement somehow about this. But you might have heard about the Gifted Gopher giveaway. So the Gifted Gopher giveaway. Wow. So I don't know if you heard about this, but and you'll see this is a different wallet. So maybe he deleted the wallet. Yeah, so the Gifted Gopher giveaway is now being stewarded by me. The person who was running the giveaway is no longer able to do so. So what's happening here, and this person is far in the lead right now, but these pieces came in early, and it makes sense that they have the most likes. Basically, whoever sends in the most favorited art piece to this wallet receives this Gifted Gopher, and it's theirs for the creation of their work. which is incredible, truly incredible. And it was a great idea. And they just felt like I was the only person who could take this on. And there's two things that you need to know about that. Number one is only people who are not holding a VFriend are eligible to win, and that all people in the VFriends community are encouraged to apply. So the original vision of this was to be a community art gallery on top of the giveaway, and that the giveaway was sort of a way to bring a lot of new creators into the NFT space and get them to start minting, and have the OGs and the people who are starting, like get Biscuits Club in here, get a Vector Bot in here, get Adam's project in here, all this stuff. And none of the tokens from this wallet will ever be sold. So this wallet is now in my custody, and this is I'll be needing to make an announcement about this in some way, but since you're here, I might as well tell you that, like, I solemnly swear that there will never be anything to go out of this wallet except for the gifted gopher, and that it will remain a vault of a snapshot of all of the work that was, all of the inspiration that was happening in this community at this time. So in fact, while I'm here, I'm going to send my submission. Obviously I can't win. I'm just doing this because I want to. And lucky for me, this is on Polygon, so I can send it for free. And to find the wallet, you just need to search Gifted Gopher. That should be enough. So, I'm really hoping that that this will catch on. And now that it's in my custody, I know I'll give it the time it deserves. The idea was to give this token or give this token contest a deadline after the VCon date was announced. So now I'm just going to have to decide when, and like, I'm happy to do this not in a DAO, but, in a community fashion, to talk about what kind of timeline is really necessary. But let's fill this wallet with art, let's fill it with art. So if you're interested in applying to actually win the token, you have to not be holding a VFriend, and message me so I can get you to do what he did, or the way he wanted it done. He wanted, if you want to sell the token you mint, then mint it separately. So mint this as a one of one that can just live in this wallet, and for all the others, mint it in the collection that you want. I feel like that did complicate it a bit, but it's rather simple. And I can help you with the minting process. I want to vote for one that is eligible to win the gopher. How do I know which one is eligible to win? Carlos, you can vote for as many tokens as you want. So, I mean, you could vote for every single one, but you won't know which ones are eligible to win unless you go click through to their wallet. Like, I'm pretty sure that all of these folks, you'd have to click through to the created. Click through to the created, and you'll see, like, this is Jen's wallet, and she doesn't have a VFriend. She's got a lot of community work, a lot of jankies, but she doesn't have a VFriend. So if you wanted to, you can vote for 2 or 3 or 4, whatever you want. But if you want to know whether or not they have a VFriend, you just click through to the created, and you can see this person does not. That's Miriam. Miriam was actually the first person to submit, I think, because we were talking about it during our community chat. I don't know. I have to check the history. Who's this? I hope this person didn't make a wallet to, unless this is oh. What corner of the blockchain have we stumbled upon? I guess they don't have a VFriend. That's really interesting. Very interesting. By the way, don't ever buy CryptoPunks like this. Like, this is not a CryptoPunk. Don't waste your money. What is this? Like, this is not a CryptoPunk. I don't know why. I'm not crazy, right? Like, this is definitely not a CryptoPunk. It's definitely not. Like, I don't like that. I guess I'm going to have to decide and be transparent of, like, if I can disqualify someone. I'm going to have to look into, like, if they're selling. I'm confused. Like, any NFT can be minted for free without a transaction using the mintable gasless store. I'm not entirely sure. I'm afraid that this person is minting things that don't belong to them. And in that case, I would be inclined to disqualify their entry. But I'm not sure how I feel about that just yet. I'm experiencing all this in real time, just as you are. Okay, anyway, I wanted you to know about the giveaway. No, that 100% isn't a CryptoPunk. Yeah. Yeah, obviously. You can't buy CryptoPunks on OpenSea. But that really rubbed me the wrong way, that whole wallet. I don't mean to be judgmental, but that looked very exploitative or illegal. Or not illegal, insincere. I don't know. Anyway, I'm now 5 minutes late. I have to run. I'm going to post the podcast soon. And thank you for watching. I am archiving all these videos on YouTube. So there's a Wannabe Creations page on YouTube where I simul stream and everything ends up there. There's just the whole video. You know, I want to pare it down over time, but currently there's 8 viewers here and 0 viewers there. And I left a message at the beginning of the video for YouTube. Oh no, dude, I pinned your message to the screen. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I've totally got lost in the shuffle somewhere. My brain just went to a whole nother place. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow's the super stream. The super stream comes around each week and I'm like, whoa, wow. We are streaming. I gotta go. I'm late. Thanks for watching. Podcast soon. Later.